Hello, everybody. Two in one day. I did it. I managed to do it. I put together a whole FTC docket. 3 hearings. Oh, I cannot bend my, from the profile, it doesn't look right because I can't bend my pinky like that when I'm doing that. I really did have 3 up, but from this angle, it looks so wrong. Okay. 3 hearings with one of our favorite judges, Judge Ricky. Just had to. And yeah. So we have a serial absconding thief. It ain't her first rodeo. Oh, that's all kinds of this place right here. And I did, ooh, mosquito. Hold on. Ooh, it got away. Ooh, those vampirous pterodactyls are terrible. Oh, ooh, y'all might see me flailing around because, yeah. Oh, there's one in the house at least. Oh, I hate mosquitoes. And this is the season. I actually had a visit from the health department today. Yeah. I had, when I got tires on my van, I told them to save the best one. And, so if I had a blowout or something, I had a spare, right? Other than the donut. Well, the health department stopped by because I didn't have the tire under a tarp or anything like that. So it was a place where water could collect. And I said, that's not a problem. I'll get it emptied out and I'll put it under a tarp. And so they didn't take any action against me. But they're serious about this, y'all. So they gave me a notice that talks about tires and other containers offer habitat for mosquitoes that carry diseases. And I was very surprised to learn of one of the, I want to say new because I've never heard of it before, diseases that the mosquitoes are now carrying. So they give me a whole pamphlet along with my public health reminder action notice. And the state has, the health department has teamed up with this vector service, right? Driftless region vector control. So anyways, we all know about the West Nile virus, right? And the Zika virus. The mosquitoes in my area do not carry the Zika virus. However, oh, and also they can carry dengue fever, malaria, yellow fever, chikungunya, and Zika virus. Okay. But the one that I'm most concerned of is the La Crosse viral encephalitis. La Crosse, Wisconsin, y'all. There's a freaking mosquito disease named after a town that is a half hour from me. Well, maybe like 40 minutes. La Crosse viral encephalitis. Man, don't let Code Blue Cam find out about this because they're all about lacrosse. They have t-shirts about lacrosse and everything. It's crazy. 1 million people worldwide die from mosquito-borne diseases every year. I didn't know that. It's crazy how this is so, like, close to home. Is that the first case that was discovered was in La Crosse or something? How did La Crosse, Wisconsin get the honor of being named after a mosquito virus. I don't know. But it says it's a severe disease of the central nervous system affecting people of all ages, but usually children. Encephalitis means inflammation of the brain. I don't want none of that. None of that. So, anyways, I now have more mosquito knowledge than I ever wanted, but I suppose I needed. It also talks about ticks, which, you know, around here, with the bunnies and the kitties outside, Billy and Tiny Kitten, Earl and Bandit are strictly indoor. Billy OT and Tiny Kitten refuse to be indoor cats. So, they go out and chase the bunnies and squirrels and everything like that. I keep them treated with flea and tick medication for sure. But I did also learn from the vet the last time I had Ava in that heartworms come from mosquitoes. Ava eats mosquitoes. She's so funny about it. She'll just be standing there and all of a sudden you'll see chomp, chomp, and she's just eating them. I don't know if that has the same risk of contraction. I doubt it. I think it's better for her to eat them than to get stung by them. And she probably recognizes that because she's a smart dog. Hello, Nana Laura. Welcome back. Hello, Eileen E. Carlin. Hello, Jeannie. Hello, Mortimer Duke. Welcome. Hello, San Diego. I remembered. Hello, Spider-Man. That's one boo-boo I'm not going to kiss and make better. Oh my gosh. Y'all, don't start with me. Don't start with me. Don't start with me. Hello, Catherine Gaston. Oh. That's great, actually. Using nature to fight nature, that's the best. I have catnip everywhere. It's part of the mint family. And mint repels mosquitoes. 100%. Better than any bug spray I've ever used. I used mint extract and it worked. I didn't have, they'd fly towards me and then fly away. It was amazing. So yeah, if you really want to get rid of mosquitoes, mint and mint family plants around your house, as many as you can get. And then when you mow your yard and it's nothing but mint, it smells amazing. It spreads. It spreads a lot. So yeah, if you plant it, be prepared that the majority of your yard's going to end up mint. It's hard to contain. Hello, old squishy gardener. Squishy. A meal. A meal, you say? I've never eaten the tequila worm. Never. I'm not a big drinker, and I've heard that you get messed up doing that. I don't even think I've ever had tequila that had a worm in it. Come to think of it, I've had Jose and Rail. Oh, that's an interesting factoid. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do that. It made her clothes fall off and you fell in love. No. All right, guys. I told Kimberly, Iowa that I would do a hybrid docket where we'd watch the court case and then find body cam to stream. So we just might have to do that. And I want to say thank you. I really appreciate everybody who was here earlier today. I had 200 people at one time watching. That's the highest I've ever had. And I'm amazed. I really am. And I'm so grateful. I couldn't have done it without you guys. I couldn't do this without you guys at all. You mean everything to me. Thank you.
This is in the District Court of Butler County, Kansas, case entitled State of Kansas versus Melinda Marie Needler. It's case number 2024 CR 453. Brett Sweeney appears for the state of Kansas. Shannon Cooper is defense counsel. There's no appearance from what the court can envision here from the defendant, which isn't really surprising. Back on December the 19th, this court had set several court dates following preliminary hearing waivers. At the arraignment, it was established that there would be a status conference on February 6th at 11, pretrial conference for today at 1:15. However, the docket notes from February 6th, the first of those settings, indicate that the defendant, who was required to appear, did not appear. The court declared bond forfeiture, bench warrant, and placed a no bond hold on the defendant. Counsel, to my knowledge, the whereabouts of Melinda Needler are still unknown. I don't think she's in custody. Ms. Cooper, do you have any additional information for the court?
I don't, Your Honor, and I checked to see if she was in custody anywhere locally today, and I haven't seen that she is, so I do not know. I have not heard from her. I haven't been able to reach her either.
All right, I'll inform counsel that due to the defendant's known absconder status, the case was taken off the jury trial docket next week already by this court. No further scheduling regarding pretrial conference or jury trial will be made until Ms. Needler is in custody and is available for this court to schedule with. So at this time, the bond forfeiture, bench warrant, no bond hold orders remain. In regard to Melinda Needler, further scheduling will be done when she's taken into custody and is available to us. Mr. Sweeney, anything else we need to address currently?
No, Your Honor.
I didn't hear anything, Brett.
No, Your Honor.
Okay,
Can you hear me? He said no, Your Honor. That helps.
I trust that he did.
Okay.
For some reason, the volume didn't come through. Ms. Cooper, and there's nothing else from your side at this time?
I have nothing further at this time, Your Honor. Thank you.
Then the Needler matter will be in recess at this time. This meeting may be ended for all. Thank you, counsel. Needler, it's case number 2024 CR 453. Amber Norris appears for the state of Kansas. Shannon Cooper is defense counsel. Defendant Needler appears from the Butler County Jail Zoom location. This matter comes before the court at this time for further proceedings. Back in February, the defendant failed to appear for a scheduled court appearance. Court ordered bond forfeiture bench warrant and no bond hold. The case was kept on the trial docket for April. At the pretrial conference, the defendant was deemed to be an absconder. Case was taken off the trial docket with the announcement that the case would be rescheduled for trial once Ms. Needler was picked up. The bond forfeiture bench warrant, no bond hold order remained in effect. Eventually, obviously, Ms. Needler has been picked up. She's currently in the Butler County Jail. What announcement is made regarding the status of the case at this time, Ms. Cooper?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Needler wishes to enter a plea of no contest to count 1. I did not hear back from Ms. Norris about whether she'd be willing to dismiss count 2. If her answer is no, then Ms. Needler would enter a no contest to both counts, but we were hopeful the state would be willing to at least dismiss count 2 and schedule the matter for sentencing. We'd also like to address a bond being set for Ms. Needler today. I anticipate that she would be presumptive probation for this case.
And Shannon, I did respond, but it actually is saying that you're not in the meeting. But yes, that's
okay.
your request
Okay.
your request is fine.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Needler, it's been announced that you now would intend to enter a no contest plea and accept conviction for count 1 in this case. I don't know if you have your charging document before you, but count 1 is theft, a level 9 non-person felony. Is that indeed your intention?
Yes.
I've got a number of questions I need to ask you regarding the taking of a felony plea. If there's anything asked of you that you do not understand as we go along, I'll give you the opportunity to confer privately with your attorney again. Just let the court know if you need that time to get further advice, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
State your full legal name for the record.
Melinda Marie Needler,
How old are you right now?
32 years old,
What's the highest level of education that you've attained?
high school diploma.
All right. Do you believe you're going to have difficulty understanding any of the legal concepts we're going to be discussing in court here today?
No, no, sir.
All right. Have you ever been adjudged to be mentally ill?
No,
Are you currently under the influence of alcohol or any drug?
absolutely not.
Are you currently taking any type of prescription medication? Is that a no?
No,
All right. Are you supposed to be taking mental health medications that you are not currently getting?
no,
All right. So as you said today, do you believe your mind is clear and that you have a full understanding of what's going on here in court?
yes, Your Honor.
All right. Do you understand the nature of the charge of felony theft as charged in count 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that when you enter a plea of no contest, you are not necessarily admitting that you committed this act, but you're also not contesting that you be convicted of this act that's charged by the state just the same.
Yes,
You also understand that when you enter a plea of no contest, you give up any legal defenses that you might have had to that charge.
yes, Your Honor.
Are you aware that in a trial, the state must present evidence against you in open court, that any witnesses must testify in open court in your presence, that you have the right to cross-examine witnesses with the assistance of your lawyer, Ms. Cooper, and that at a trial, you could present evidence on your own behalf and subpoena your own witnesses to court?
Yes, Your Honor.
You also understand that at such a trial, you personally would have a privilege against self-incrimination, which means that if you wanted to testify in your case and tell your side of the story, you could at your choice, but no one could force you or compel you to testify against yourself if you didn't want to. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that when you enter a plea of no contest, you give up these valuable trial rights that the court has described.
Yes, Your Honor.
You also understand that you have a right to a trial by jury, and that before you could be found guilty, that jury would have to be satisfied as to your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yes, Your Honor.
Understand that when you enter a plea of no contest, you give up your right to a trial by jury and that requirement that you be found guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that you have a right to appeal a guilty verdict if you have a trial.
Yes, Your Honor.
You further understand that you may appeal your sentence after entering a plea of no contest, but generally you may not appeal your judgment of conviction after you enter such a plea.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you aware of the possible sentence that could be imposed as a result of this no contest plea that you're attempting to make?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's go over those. This would be a level 9 felony under Kansas law. In the most favorable criminal history category of I on the Kansas Sentencing Guidelines Act non-drug offense grid, you could receive as little as a 5-month prison sentence. In the worst criminal history category of A, you could receive as much as a 17-month sentence. So the sentencing range is 5 to 17 months in prison, depending on your criminal history. As you sit today, Ms. Needler, we do not know with certainty what your criminal history is. You better than anyone else here really should know what your own criminal record looks like. But that will be researched by the Court Services Department, and based on the outcome of that research as of the date of sentencing, that will determine where you fall along the level 9 line, and then you'll be sentenced accordingly. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You also understand that if at sentencing, it's determined that you have 2 or more person felonies on your record already, you would be presumptive prison here.
Yeah, I don't have any person felonies.
I understand that. I just want to make sure you understand that if you do, you're looking at a prison sentence here.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You also understand that you could receive up to a $100,000 fine for this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
In addition to any fine, are you aware that you could be assessed and be required to pay court costs, certain fees, including reimbursement of your legal fees and expenses, and restitution to victims, if any are owed, as part of your sentencing orders?
Yes, Your Honor.
You also realize as a direct consequence of this plea, you will be sentenced to an extended period of reporting probation, reporting parole, or post-release supervision, which is your state parole time that you do after you get out of prison, as deemed appropriate by the court at time of sentencing.
Yes, Your Honor.
You also understand that both probation and post-release supervision periods generally start at 12 months in duration, but can run up to 60 months under some circumstances.
Yes, Your Honor.
You also understand, Ms. Needler, that the Kansas Sentencing Guidelines Act is much more than that grid page that I referred to earlier. It's an entire book of sentencing rules and laws. You understand that if any special rules apply to you and your situation, it could affect your eligibility for probation or
Yes.
otherwise affect your sentence?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you had an ample opportunity to fully discuss legal matters like that with your attorney, Shannon Cooper, before
Yes.
proceeding here today?
Yes.
Are you satisfied with the services and advice given to you by your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Now, this no contest plea that you're attempting to make hasn't been based upon any threat or promises as to what this court will do in regards to your sentence or any other type of threat or promise.
No, sir.
Is there anything that you thought was part of this plea agreement that hasn't been accurately discussed on the record already?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Needler, do you understand that if there are any plea deals between your counsel and the county attorney's office regarding sentencing recommendations, that this court is not bound by any agreements made? The court may and shall consider them as recommendations, but is not bound by them. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
So let me ask you, how do you formally plead to the charge in count 1, felony theft?
No contest.
The state would provide a concise statement of factual basis.
Your Honor, on September 23rd, 2024, here in Butler County, as noted in the information trailer with a welder and some tanks and welding wands and tools, was taken from an address out in the county without the permission of the owner, who was Ben Griffith. And Your Honor, the trailer was located in the city limits of El Dorado within 24 hours of the taking. And the defendant was with 2 other individuals in the vehicle that had this trailer with all this equipment attached to it. And they were actively working on trying to appear to sell that piece of equipment either online or through electronic device, which showed that there was no intention for it to be returned to the rightful owner. And the value of the trailer and tools was well over $1,500.
Ms. Needler, do you now freely, knowingly, and voluntarily enter a plea of no contest and accept conviction for felony theft in count 1, a level 9 non-person felony.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Cooper, are you aware of any legal reason why the court should not accept your client's plea?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Norris, are you aware of any such legal reason?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Needler, are you aware of a legal reason or any other good reason why the court shouldn't accept your no contest plea made here today?
No, no, sir, Your Honor.
Court will accept the no contest plea made by the defendant, Melinda Needler, and finds that that plea is made voluntarily. She has an understanding of the nature of her charge and the consequences of her plea, and a factual basis for the plea does exist. Court finds her guilty and adjudges her therefore convicted of felony theft, a level 9 non-person felony. Count 2 is dismissed pursuant to plea agreement. Court will order a pre-sentence report be completed to accurately determine Ms. Needler's criminal history, and the court will set an appropriate date for sentencing. We generally allow about 2 months for that pre-sentence report to be compiled and presented to the attorneys in the court. So we're going to be looking at early July. Also, if you check your availability for 11 o'clock a.m. on Monday, July 7,
Yes, that looks good to me.
Ms. Norris.
That should be fine, Your Honor.
All right. Court will set sentencing in the Needler case for Monday, July 7, 11 o'clock a.m. Obviously, Ms. Needler must fully participate in that sentencing proceeding at that time. It is contemplated that that sentencing be conducted by Zoom. Again, Monday, July 7, 11 o'clock.
Is there any way that that we could address like a bond with if I get an ankle monitor?
Ms. Cooper?
Thank you. I would ask the court to consider that. Ms. Needler explained to me some of the circumstances surrounding her previous failure to appear. A person who was providing her with housing was also obligated to care for an elderly
Paraplegic
sick
man.
relative. And that person was in jail, so she took it upon herself to help with that sick relative. Was unable to come to court. She wants today to apologize for not following through or appearing until today, or until she first appeared. I think it might have been on Friday last week. But she assures me and wants to assure the court and counsel that she'll appear for sentencing. She'll cooperate with with the pre-sentence investigation process with court services. She's sober now, wants to maintain sobriety. She's even looked into potentially residing in a halfway house. She, like she indicated a couple minutes ago, is willing to be monitored with a GPS electronic monitor to make sure she is where she's supposed to be at all times. So I'm asking the court today to set an OR bond, allow her to get back out and to get the treatment she needs, as well as participate fully in that pre-sentence investigation process from not in custody.
Does the state take a position on this request?
Your Honor, I would agree that the defendant will be presumptive probation from what I've seen in her history. Your Honor, based on the two failure to appear instances, one in February and one in April, I'm not sure that OR bond is necessarily appropriate, but I have no problem with the court setting an appropriate bond. I believe that this juncture, a no bond hold still remains on her case. Obviously, we've made some good progress today with the plea, so I'll leave that to court's discretion regarding amount.
Very well. Ms. Needler, earlier you suggested that you wanted to personally address the court about this?
Yeah, I mean, so whenever if I am able to leave here today, my plan is to go to stay at one of the second chance house here in El Dorado. I really honestly 100% was taking care of a 100% paraplegic man. I called my attorney the day that I had the first court, and I was minutes late, and she told me that it was too late already because I was on my way to her office at the time. I was stuck in Andover taking care of him at a hotel, and there really was nothing I could do. And because of me being scared of that warrant and of being in jail, that's the only reason I didn't come in. And I didn't even know about the second court date that you guys had scheduled. But I am willing to do ankle monitoring or whatever I need to do possible. But I really would ask, I don't have a whole bunch of money, but I understand it's probably going to cost me a little bit to get out of jail.
Ms. Needler, you said some surprising things that I'm going to comment on here. You were apparently walking and on some sort of device back in December when we addressed your case. At that time, the court accepted a preliminary hearing waiver at your arraignment. A court date was set for April the 4th for pretrial conference and a status conference in which you were ordered to appear at the Butler County Judicial Center, not your attorney's office, but at the Judicial Center, was set for February the 6th.
Yeah, that's the first.
Docket notes from February 6th indicate that Ms. Cooper was late, so we didn't start right on time. You weren't there, and the court ordered bond forfeiture, bench warrant on a no bond hold. Furthermore, docket notes indicate that we kept the case on the pretrial conference and jury trial dockets. So you had another court date set for April the 4th that you were given by this court back in December.
I know, and I
You were given
apologize.
2 court dates. You just told me that you didn't know about it. Yes, you
Yeah.
did.
Okay, I apologize. I didn't realize that I had the 2.
Well, okay, if you showed up at either one of them, you'd probably be in pretty good shape right now.
I know, Your Honor.
The reality is you've shown yourself to be wholly unreliable to
That's
show
why.
up for any court date on your own.
Listen, Your Honor, I really, with the ankle monitor, and that way you guys know exactly where I'm at and that I am doing what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? Because there's no way to be able to lie that way.
And how are you in your situation going to afford the cost of electronic monitoring?
I get disability every month.
Hmm.
So I can pay the cost for it.
It could very well be that you may have to go through 1 or more assessments as part of the pre-sentence investigation process. If
Yeah.
you're in jail, Ms. Needler, I have no doubt that court services will be able to find you and conduct those assessments. If you're out in the community somewhere, I don't have that confidence.
Your Honor,
Further,
wait, can I say one more
you tell
thing?
the court as a explanation as to what you're going to do now if you get out. You say that you're going to go to treatment and you're going to go to a halfway house, but this case has been pending in the system for 7 months and you haven't done those things.
Yeah, but no, well, that's not true. If you can talk to Don Kirkman. I was scheduled to go to treatment on Monday last week. I already went and got my SAC evaluation. I already had a plan to go to Grand in Tulsa, Oklahoma, to a treatment facility. Like that was already in place.
Okay, but you're in jail now.
But
so
right,
you
and
can't
that's
go
the
to
only
that.
reason I'm right. That's the only reason why I'm not already there. And but those things were already set in place so that way I could get the treatment I needed.
All right. Well, I think there's a reasonable chance that I can keep you away from controlled substances by keeping you right where you are. I don't see any grounds here for an OR bond or even reinstatement of any bond in this case, with an electronic monitoring condition or not, Ms. Needler. I think you need to stay right where you are right now. I understand your attorney's request. I understand your statements.
Hold on, can I say
Even though
one more
you
thing?
were asking me earlier to listen, I have listened.
Wait, can I say one more thing? A very close friend of mine died yesterday, and I this is one of the biggest reasons I'd like to get out.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ms. Needler, you should have thought about that before you blew off court. You didn't surrender yourself on this deal.
Listen,
You had weeks and
I
weeks.
did
you could have
surrender
tried to
myself to
make this
Dawn.
right.
I did
Well,
surrender.
I don't think you and I arguing are going to accomplish anything, Ms. Needler. Court's decision is that I'm not going to reinstate a bond. You're on a no bond hold order due to failure to appear, not once, but twice on court dates that you were given by this court. So the court's order is going to stand. You're going to remain in jail at this point. We'll address whether you're eligible for release at your sentencing in July. And again, there are implications and consequences to you not showing up in court when you are supposed to.
Can I say one more thing also, Judge Ricky?
You can go ahead and say it. It's not going to make any difference.
Okay, well, so a lot of my like why I was having issues getting to court was because I was I was set to not have any contact with Matthew Denny, and that's where I resided. So I was having a hard time with housing then, and I have housing now. That
Indeed, you do. Sponsored by the Butler County Sheriff's Office. And for the next couple of months, that's what your housing is going to be. All right. Request for bond, quite obviously denied by the court. The bond forfeiture, no bond hold order remains in effect, pending further proceedings in the case. And again, we've got our sentencing date set for 11 o'clock a.m. on Monday, July the 7th. All right, Ms. Cooper, anything further at this time?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Ms. Norris?
No, Your Honor. Thank
Very
you.
well. And the Needler matter will currently be in recess. State of Kansas versus Melinda Marie Needler. It's case number 2024 CR 453. Defendant appears from the Butler County Detention Facility Zoom location. Amber Norris appears on behalf of the state. Shannon Cooper appears as defense counsel. This matter comes before the court at this time for sentencing. Court docket notes that the defendant had appeared on May the 2nd, entered a no contest plea to count 1, felony theft, a level 9 felony. A pre-sentence report was ordered, sentencing set for today. Court has received a pre-sentence investigation report compiled by Tony Bauer, pre-sentence investigator, who is present on this meeting with us. I trust each attorney has received a copy of this report, and I'll ask the state's attorney first. Ms. Norris, is there any objection to the criminal history which is stated in the report?
No objection.
Any objection by the defense, Ms. Cooper?
No, Your Honor.
Court will adopt the criminal history as stated in the report and finds that the criminal history score applicable to today's sentencing is criminal history score G, and the court will proceed further accordingly. Ms. Norris, are you aware of any legal reason why sentence should not be pronounced in the Needler case here today?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Cooper, are you aware of any such legal reason?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Cooper, is there any dispute regarding restitution amount in this case?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Well, that's Ms. Needler. Ms. Needler, are you aware of any legal reason or any other good reason why sentence should not be pronounced in your case here today?
No, Your Honor.
All right, the court will proceed further then. Counsel, I'm not aware that there's been a motion for a departure sentence or any other sentencing related motion to take up. Does the state have any such motions to pursue?
No, Your Honor.
Does the defense, Ms. Cooper?
No.
Are there any victims or members of a victim's family present who desires to address the court in relation to this sentencing? The court finds no such persons present on the meeting, so the court at this time will ask for recommendations from counsel regarding an appropriate sentence, beginning with Amber Norris on behalf of the state of Kansas.
Thank you, Your Honor. State would be recommending the presumption in this matter, which is probation. Defendant would be able to earn up to 20% good time credit and would be subject to 12 months post-release if necessary. Ask the court assign her to 8 months in the Department of Corrections, but 12 months community corrections probation with all standard and PSI recommended conditions, including a drug alcohol evaluation, and that she follow through on the recommendations, and specifically that she have no contact with the victim or the co-defendants, which include Devin Ward and Matthew Denny. Your Honor, she has earned 75 days of jail time credit as of today's date. Ask the court assess the costs and fees of the action to the defendant. Court will need to address court-appointed attorney's fees and the bid's application fee. Would ask that the court assess restitution. And Your Honor, the information that is in the or the number that is in the PSI is not correct. Some of the items were recovered. Obviously, some of them weren't. So Your Honor, state would be requesting $2,000, joint and several, with the co-defendants as restitution to the victim, in this case, Ben Griffith. And Your Honor, I don't think I have any further recommendations for the court at this time. Thank you.
Very well. Ms. Cooper, your recommendations regarding an appropriate sentence?
Thank you, Your Honor. I think the state's recommendations are appropriate. I think restitution needs to be ordered joint and several with co-defendants. As Ms. Norris stated, Ms. Needler has already served 75 days in jail on this case. She's ready to start probation. I think the recommended condition that she submit to a substance abuse evaluation and follow recommendations is also appropriate. She tells me she'll be a successful probationer and she's ready to get started, Your Honor.
Very well. How much are your fees in the representation of this client?
Um, I think they'll add up to about $1,400, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. This time, the court will address the defendant, Melinda Marie Needler, personally, and I'll ask her if she has any statements that she wishes to make in mitigation of punishment or anything further that she would like to present to the court. Ms. Needler? I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you'd said.
Just that I'm ready to take responsibility for what I did, and I will accept whatever punishment you give me.
Very well then. Court will pronounce sentence at this time. The court hereby establishes count 1 as the base sentence in this case for the offense of felony theft, a severity level 9, non-drug, non-person felony in which the defendant has a criminal history score of G, thus placing her in grid box 9G. Court hereby sentences the defendant to a term of 8 months in the custody of the Secretary of Corrections of the state of Kansas. On this sentence, the defendant may earn up to 20% of good time credit and would be subject to 12 months of post-release supervision. No fine is imposed. Court does find that in grid box 9G and no special rule application, this is a presumptive probation case. This court will grant the defendant 12 months initially of community corrections probation, standard conditions of community corrections probation, or finding community corrections is the appropriate supervising agency due to the high risk score on the WRNA. The conditions shall include reporting to an officer as directed, observing all laws. The defendant shall, within 45 days of today's date, obtain an approved substance abuse evaluation and abide by the recommendations of that evaluation. She shall not possess or consume alcohol or illegal drugs while on probation. At her supervising officer's request and at her own expense, she shall submit to random breath, blood, and urinalysis testing, perform any community service work consistent with program requirements, gain and maintain employment suitably throughout her probationary term, notify her supervising agency of any changes in employment status, residence, telephone number, or email address within 24 hours of any such change taking place. She shall have no contact with the victim in this case, Ben Griffith or his property, or any of the co-defendants in this case. The defendant shall abide by any curfew or travel restrictions imposed by her officer, avoid disreputable characters and places. She shall not possess firearms or dangerous weapons, follow standard conditions of probation, make monthly payments in a manner acceptable to the court. Community corrections is authorized by the court to require the defendant to meaningfully participate in the MRT program. She shall comply with any mental health treatments and medications. Mr. Bauer, you recommend apparently separate mental health evaluation, is that correct?
Your Honor, she advised that at the jail she had been doing some stuff there. My recommendation was that if that was not something that can continue on, that she go in and get an evaluation done and comply with that due to the need for the mental health medications that she is on.
All right, the court will adopt the recommendation that if she's not already in mental health services and can continue them, she shall obtain an evaluation and comply with the recommendations of that mental health assessment. Defendant is assessed felony docket fee, felony probation fee, community corrections fee. What kind of work are you going to do when you get out of jail someday, Ms. Needler?
When I get out of jail someday, so I plan to try to go get a job doing graphic design and advertising, but I'll take whatever job I can get right now.
The court finds that this defendant already has a considerable amount in fees to pay. The court will assess a bid's application fee of $100 but waive any legal fee assessment in the case. Ms. Needler, I will expect you to pay at least $50 a month on these obligations starting with August of 2025 and every subsequent month until you get your case paid in full. I don't think that's going to work a burden or hardship on you at such a modest amount. Further, Ms. Needler, this type of theft needs to be stopped in our county. You're a convicted felony thief. You should do considerable jail time as a result of your behavior and involvement in this matter. The court allows up to 60 days as a condition of probation. However, I will note in your case, thanks to your failures to appear in court, you had your bond revoked. You've already served 75 days total. So the court will release this defendant on community corrections probation at this time. I do have Christy Ashenfelter from Community Corrections on this meeting. Ms. Needler, you're going to need to stay on this meeting after everybody else leaves it so that you can meet briefly with Ms. Ashenfelter, follow Ms. Ashenfelter's direction regarding what you need to do next on your reporting probation with their office. Do you have any question about that, Ms. Needler?
No, sir.
All right. Got some other matters I need to cover. Court's already covered the issue of jail time credit. Again, 75 days are awarded. Regarding the issue of restitution, the court orders the defendant to pay $2,000 in restitution, joint and several with her co-defendants, to Ben Griffith, the victim in this case. Some point in the future, Ms. Needler, you may have the right to seek expungement of this offense. Certain statutory limitations do apply. If you have any questions about your right to someday seeking expungement, you can address those questions to a lawyer and I'm sure get your questions answered. Under certain limited circumstances, a criminal defendant may have the right to appeal their conviction to an appellate court having jurisdiction. And if they are unable to pay the cost of an appeal, a defendant may request the court to appoint a lawyer to represent them on appeal and that they be supplied with a transcript of trial court proceedings. Pursuant to KSA 223608C, you, the defendant, Ms. Needler, have 14 days after this judgment in court to file any notice of appeal with the clerk of the District Court of Butler County, Kansas. You do have the right to appeal this sentence if the court has ruled adversely to you at this hearing. I will remind you that there's prohibitions against a convicted felon possessing a firearm, that there are losses of certain civil rights, such as the right to vote, until your sentence is fully discharged. In reviewing my notes from this sentencing, Ms. Norris, are you aware of any other sentencing-related matter which the court needs to address?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Ms. Cooper, are you aware of anything further to be addressed here?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Importantly, Ms. Needler, do you have any questions about the court sentencing orders?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Ms. Needler, I'm not releasing you from those. But the hold in this case is being removed at this time so that you are able to start your community corrections program. All right. And again, I want you to stay on the meeting and meet with Ms. Ashenfelter after we recess court proceedings and everyone else leaves the meeting. Defense counsel, of course, can stay if they so desire. All right. If there's nothing further, then the Needler matter will currently be in recess. We can stop recording and broadcasting.
Oh! You missed. I'm actually disappointed that we didn't get our "and this meeting may be ended for all" from Judge Ricky. Are you okay there, baby girl? She's been giving me tons of kisses because she used to give me kisses and then I would give her treats. And I'm out of cat treats right now. So, other than the licky sticks, but the licky treats are very messy. And so those, I do them occasionally, but those are like the whole PAWFURM treat kind of thing. I get them all up here, and well, I just open one stick and they all come up here, and I just right now I don't want to be like bombarded with all of the kitties all at once. Besides, Earl is sleeping up there. I can't interrupt him. Now I got to get more treats. Oh, you know, I know you're not the biggest fan of these, but they're treats. Oh my gosh. See what I mean? See? Oh my gosh. And you knocked my kangaroo down again. Again. That poor kangaroo. Oh, yeah. Here's the end of this bag. Well, just eat right out of my hand. Get off the keyboard. What are you doing? Oh my gosh. Stop. Sorry, guys. Here, Earl. Come on. Come on up. Meow. All right. It's all just crumbles now. Look at him. Look at him. Licking his lips. He so badly wants to jump up here, but Bandit and him don't get along the greatest. So he's being kind of reserved at the moment, I think. He's come on, Earl. You don't gotta look at me in that tone of voice. Just come on up, baby. Get some treats. I don't want to put them on the floor. Hey, then fine. Fine, you win. Why do you gotta be so darn cute and persuasive? Here, baby. Oh, there you go. Whatever he doesn't eat, Ava will. Look, you all left crumbs all over here. My goodness. I'm just going to toss these in the garbage because I got cat fur on them too. Ava's like, I don't care. I'll eat the cat fur as well. Heck, I eat cat poop. Right, Ava? Oh my, you're making a big mess. Okay, it's yours. Okay. Oh, he got his. He got his. Oh, he and I talk back and forth like that all the time. He's my favorite meower. Tiny Kitten meows as well. She talks to me. But Earl, he puts his whole body into it. When he meows, like his head goes all over. He's like, meow. He's just the greatest. You did not just fart under my desk. Ava. Oh, Ava, you did. Why? Hey, now, I don't spoil them that much. Do I? You put that tail away, little missy. Yeah. Okay. I love these guys. I love these guys so much. Go get your drink. Come on, go. Get out of here. All right, I gotta find a body cam video to put on. And then I gotta take her outside. Yeah, that's right. Right, jolly old Ava. I know. Trust me, I'm coming. Ooh. Shh. All right. We're going to watch Crime Time Cam. I know that's your favorite thing. If I could, I'd bottle it up and send it to you. Ava farts. Specifically for Manuel. That's why I won't get under the covers with you. You Dutch oven me in a minute. No, I am not encouraging and rewarding that. No, no, no. I'm not teaching her to fart. I mean, dogs can poop on demand. Like, I don't even want to know if farting on demand is a capability. And I'm not in for that. All right, I really got to put this on and take her out. All right, so we are going to watch Crime Time Cam.
25. Officers responded to a Circle K for a call of employee theft.
All right.
On May 7, 2025, officers responded to a Circle K for a call of employee theft.
How you doing, bud?
How's it going? What's going on?
All right. The girl, she was working night shift. She came in the 5th.
Where's she now?
Huh?
Where's she now?
No, she's not. No. She that was night shift. We catch it today. It's been short, $700.
Uh-huh.
So I look at the cameras. I got 3 digits for one night shift. Right. And she came in today at work at 2 o'clock. She's in there. So I want to show you the pictures.
Okay.
From here. Okay. First, that was a video. She was acting. Okay. Basically, right now she's having her hand by the scratch off, pulling the scratch off. Okay. She took one from this video. Then she's gonna sit down. When you sit down, she's gonna put it in her leg, between her leg, and you're gonna see she's having it now by her leg. Right?
Okay.
When she sit down, you're gonna see it. She's just gonna put it in the shirt. I don't want you to go inside and she will run away. You know what I'm saying? Then I can show you more better on the big screen. But you can tell from here it's moving. It's pulling out tickets.
Yeah.
Then she's gonna cut them off. Then she's gonna go to the orange one, but the orange one is gonna come over and it's gonna come out from the outside too.
Right, so she's here now.
She's here now.
Okay.
Yeah. I was
And-
waiting for her to show up.
I know these are pretty well tracked. Like each one has its own little
Right,
thing.
right,
Is there a
right.
way to figure out which ones are
The
missing?
problem is she did not write down her number when she ended the shift. So I cannot tell which exactly the tickets has been stolen. But comparing to the reports, okay, from we open to close, it's $700 short in the scratch off. And she's the only one.
Gotcha.
And you can see the first one I want to show you was $20 ticket. These is $50 ticket. All right. I write it down in the paper inside.
Okay. But right now she has no idea.
No.
Okay. All right. Yeah, just give me a couple minutes. I'm gonna check something real quick, and then I'll be in there. Yeah, he just got done showing me the footage on his phone. I guess it was last night.
This girl?
No, she's working inside. She has no idea. But yeah, you can see it on the footage where she's pretty much leaned over, I think as he's hiding from the camera, just pulling rows of them out. And he says they don't have a way of tracking, I guess, which ones it was, but they're $700 short from what should be there.
Okay.
Put your hand down. Now just walk me through what happened again.
Okay, so basically we find this a $700 short, and we're trying to figure out what's wrong because the numbers is something wrong with the scratch off. So I went through the camera.
So
I
it shows you directly that it's scratch off related? Or?
Yes, it's scratch off related. Because money wise, it's fine.
Okay.
So it told me that's the short from the scratch off. So I started looking at the camera with that new girl when she was working night shift, and we find 3 times in one shift she's keep rolling tickets after tickets after tickets, and it's both tickets is $50 a piece. So we're talking about $700.
Gotcha. And at no point she ever paid for it.
No, the boss he really wanted her to be arrested, and I don't know, when she arrested anyway, she have to pay the fees anyway for it.
No, I gotcha. That's just as far as statement goes, you know.
Right.
She took the tickets but never paid for it.
Right. Asked me to stay.
Gotcha. Alrighty. Am I good to pull her back to the top here?
Yeah, if you want.
We're good.
I've never been
Can we
to.
come back here for a second?
You don't have those around here.
All right, so this is in reference to The last time this is about the last time you worked
Okay.
from, I guess, 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. So from the 5th to the 6th.
Yes.
They are $700 short.
What?
It is specifically with scratch-off tickets.
Okay.
They have a camera that sits right over the cashier. All right, that camera very clearly shows you pulling rows, all right, of scratch-offs. And they identified it as the Gold Rush Million for 50. And there was another one for the 500X, the cash, that was 50, and then another one that was 20. Can you explain that?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. You know why you took it?
Since I've been needing money and I didn't want to take money out of the register.
Gotcha. So you've just been hurting on money and did something dumb, obviously. All right. Do you know where those scratch-offs are now?
At my house.
They're at your
I mean, I
house?
can get them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll pay for them.
Gotcha. How long have you worked here?
A week.
Okay, so you're still pretty new here.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Do you recall exactly how many it was?
I love how she says, I'll pay for them. If you could pay for them, you wouldn't have stolen them in the first place because you needed money. And 1 week, man, didn't take her long to show her true colors.
I was like,
I think it was 2 of the 50. The first one. I think it was 2 of each one of the 50 ones and then like 4 of the 20.
okay, what did you do? Just put those in your pocket or in your pants or something?
Like I said, because I just got off the drugs. I just lost my boyfriend. I'm trying to get my life together and I got overwhelmed. I don't want to work.
Go ahead.
I will pay it back. I really will.
I gotcha. But I mean, yeah, I think you got a job right now. I get that may not pay very well.
I know. I wasn't really looking at it like that.
It's worth doing all that, you know.
Doesn't have a job.
But I get it. You're in a tough spot, and you did something you shouldn't have. I mean, I get it. I do. Mm-hmm. But give me a minute. My sergeant wants me to call. All right. In the meantime, I'll talk to them. All right. But you're going to stand here with her for now. Okay.
May I sit down?
Yeah. You can sit down.
I don't know. I lost my boyfriend a month ago to overdosing. I overdosed. I'm just trying to get my life together. You know, it's just like I should be grateful. I should really have been grateful. I wasn't thinking.
I gotcha. Did you scratch them or?
Yeah.
Okay.
If how many I lost, I mean, I'll pay back the money.
I mean, did you win anything or no?
No. But like I said, I'll pay it back.
Were you working by yourself? Okay. Is there only one person here at night, like that late? That sounds kind of dangerous.
I call BS. There's no way that she scratched off $700 in lottery tickets and won nothing. Nothing. That's impossible.
It wasn't really that bad. In fact, I kind of enjoyed it. But,
oh, really?
I'll pay it back. I mean, I've got $100 in my bank right now. I can give him, like.
Actually, well, we'll let him talk to the guy and see what they're going to figure out, and we'll go from there, okay?
Is there anybody home? Is there anybody home right now? Would you be able to have them turn over the property?
She's already scratched.
Oh, you already scratched them?
Yeah, I've already scratched them. I have ones that I bought with them. Like, they're in a big pile.
Gotcha. So they wouldn't know which ones are what.
Right.
Gotcha. All right.
I'll pay it back.
Well, unfortunately, that's not my call to make, and they're going to press charges. All right. Yes.
Can I make a phone call? Can I make a phone call so I can pay you?
You can make a phone call when you get to the gym.
Yeah, they'll get you all set up, right?
Can we not have a phone outside? I don't want to see
I can't take the chance, right? So unfortunately, you are going to have to walk out of here with them. But then forbid you do try to run and the car hits you, and now I'm going to lose my job.
Any other property here first? Anything like that?
What a dummy.
Okay, where's that at?
It's over. It's right up there.
Oh, the car's outside? Your purse is in the car? Okay.
You go just check her real quick.
Yeah. You want to do it here or outside?
Yeah,
Good
here's fine.
evening, on you. It's gonna focus me on stuff. Yeah, you want to do this
Oh, I
podcast?
have my pocket.
That's okay. No, no worries.
Yeah, parking lot's fine.
All right, that's fine. I'm just gonna check.
We'll just do it in here. That way, you know, people aren't
A
seeing you.
little more privacy.
Try to help you out where I can. All right.
Did you face that way still? Not right here.
Oh, that's fine.
I mean, luckily they're only 700, not 750. Otherwise, it'd be a felony. So right now it's a misdemeanor.
You said you have a knife? In your
I said I didn't know if I did.
Oh,
I
okay.
just I didn't want
I
you
was like,
to.
I don't feel anything in there.
You able to fill out the victims stuff? Give it the Marcy's and all that?
Yeah, I can do all that.
All right, appreciate it.
You're gonna take that the whole time, why not?
Big dummy.
Trying to keep up one shoe at a time. We'll start with the left.
Brand new. Brand new.
She bought him with the money she got from the lottery tickets. I'm telling you, she didn't lose on every single one out of $700. No way. Not possible.
I take these off your head too, okay?
Can I have that?
Yeah, they're gonna go with you.
Everything's going with you.
Like,
You don't have any AirPods or headphones in here.
Just watch your leg here. There we go.
And you do know that if you have anything that you're not
Yeah,
supposed
yeah,
to,
yeah,
it's okay. I just like to let everyone know. Some people hide things in places we can't.
trust me. Yeah, I get you.
The woman was charged. On February 4th, 2025, officers conducted a routine. On May 7th, 2025,
Can I have that?
Yeah, they're gonna go with you.
Get you.
the woman was charged with misdemeanor theft and trespassed from the premises. Thanks for watching today's video. If you haven't already, please like. On February 4th, 2025, officers conducted a routine traffic stop on a vehicle at a McDonald's drive-thru.
Hello,
Hi.
Officer Rodriguez, City Prep Police Department.
I'm
This is for
sorry.
this. I'm Officer Rodriguez, the City Prep Police Department. This is for the stop as you stopped on the white line, the crosswalk back there, on the stoplight. Were you aware of that?
They're turning one.
So you know where this the light is?
Right.
You were stopped on the crosswalk. You're supposed to stop before the crosswalk. Does that make sense? Can I see your driver's license and proof of insurance, please? Ma'am, can I see your driver's license?
There
proof of
was a
insurance?
stoplight, right?
Yes, it's right here on first. Can I see your driver's license proof of insurance?
You have camera.
Yeah.
I stopped before that because I did not.
You stopped on the crosswalk.
No, I did not.
Yeah. You didn't signal either when you were going to turn. Plus signal 50 feet before you turn.
I stopped to the point where I was going to turn
Okay.
before.
And
Yeah.
you also don't have your seatbelt on.
No, I just took it off.
Okay.
Yes, 100%.
Okay,
I
um,
just took it off.
Okay, that's fine. Can I see your driver's license proof of insurance, please? Do you have your driver's license and proof of insurance? Okay, because I really don't want you reaching in for anything in your car.
I'm sorry.
I said I don't want you reaching in your car in random places, okay? Where's your driver's license and proof of insurance?
Do you know that you are pulling me over in the drive-thru right now?
That's fine. You committed the
I-
offense in public parkway over in the public roadway over there. It's fine. Can I see your driver's license and proof of insurance, please?
I pulled.
That's fine.
She's so drunk.
What is fine?
Now we're here. It's fine.
That
Can I
is
see your
fine.
driver's license and proof
No,
of
it's
insurance?
100% fine.
Okay. Can I just see your driver's license and proof of insurance? What's going on?
No, you don't.
No, yeah. What's going on?
You're a Peoria police. No, you don't.
Yeah, I'm Peoria Police. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, what's your name then? Can I get your name?
Nova.
Nova what?
You want my ID?
Yeah, if you have it, I've been asking for it.
No, I don't have a physical one. But do you want my number?
Your number?
Mm-hmm.
You have your like driver's license number on handy? You remember it? You memorize it?
Yeah.
All right, what is it?
That's probably why she doesn't have her license to give it to you, since she's revoked.
Yeah. Probably from here. Oh, it was a couple days ago.
Yeah, well, I saw her steering column was pulled out, which I was curious how she started the car. Because she has her keys, but they're not in the ignition because it's.
Yeah. I thought it was a push to start.
I think maybe it was at one point before they destroyed it, but yeah, it's just all open from the side that I was on, so I don't know how she's driving it. Unless she has a USB in there, maybe.
And regardless, she shouldn't be driving it for
Right.
driver's license is revoked.
We can maybe see if she can get some. It's up to you. Do you want?
Yeah, I was gonna see if she has someone
You
to
want
come
to
pick
impound
up.
the car? You want someone to come pick it up?
I was gonna ask her if she has someone to come pick it up. Just I'll probably have to drive it around
Yeah,
the
we'll
parking
just move it out
spot.
the way so it's not.
Yeah, so it's not here. So I'll just pull her out and have her.
What'd you say? She's revoked, so we're gonna give her tickets, but see if she can have someone come get the car. Yeah, she just can't drive.
Yeah.
Which I would pull her out first, and then we can figure all that out after.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Better do the FFC.
Did she show you the insurance? She doesn't have any? All right, step out of the car, ma'am. You unlock your car? You just step out. Step out of the vehicle, please.
Hold on.
Hold on. Step out of.
Mom.
Okay. Listen. You can,
Look, first of all,
okay,
please.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna help
I
you.
can do this on my own.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
What is
Come on.
your name?
Step out.
Rodriguez.
Or you will be
Yes,
dragged
step
out.
out.
I'm not telling
No,
you again.
that's
Okay.
not.
Step out,
Mom.
or you're getting dragged. Okay.
That's not. No,
Let's go. Let's go. Get out.
From why?
Get
You're revoked.
out.
You have a remote.
Go
Yeah,
away. I can get out of the vehicle on
Okay.
my own.
Mommy.
Then do it.
Mommy.
Sherlock.
Please.
You're the
Thank
one not
you.
doing it.
No. They've been giving me a chance
Hey, guess
to.
what? Guess what?
But thank you. No, you know
If you
what?
would've- if you would have listened the first time, none of this shit would have happened.
You're
so it's
right.
okay.
You're right.
I'll get hit with another charge.
Oh. What charge? For being right?
For being resisting. It's called resisting.
Wow.
All you had to do was listen the first time.
Yeah, 0.5 seconds is not first time. But okay.
You were told multiple times.
Thank you.
I told you to step out of the vehicle.
Yes, you are. It'll all be on body cam for your court case.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
No.
You have a bra on?
Yeah.
You have anything in your bra?
Yeah, that's true. You got it over there. Mom wants the car. There we go.
We can't leave it in the drive-thru, can we?
That's why I asked to pull it.
Ask
But I was told no.
to pull it?
Yes.
What does that mean?
To pull it into a parking spot.
Oh, well, it's getting impounded, so.
I don't give a fuck. But I asked to pull it up. Right? No, I didn't.
No, you didn't ask me to pull up anywhere.
Yes, I did. Oh, yes. So what was the purpose of pulling me over?
I told you why.
Why?
When you were stopped at the red light back there, you were stopped on the crosswalk.
The right turn?
Yes.
Yeah. And you pulled me over for a right turn?
No, that's not why. He just explained. You're in the crosswalk?
He did not.
He just said it.
I told you were stopped on the red light, but you were stopped at the crosswalk.
At a red light.
You're supposed to be stopped before the crosswalk.
I took a turn to the red light.
Yeah, you're not getting stopped for turning on the red. That's not what you're getting stopped for.
I'm sorry, what? What is that? My bag?
Yeah.
Yeah, my purse.
Thank you.
So my car gets pulled over for making a over the white line stop, right turn. And my purse is getting dumped out. My car is getting searched for what? Please explain.
Because you're revoked So your car has to get towed.
Okay, I don't care about my car.
So that's why they have to go through it to make sure there's not weapons or something like that when it gets.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
We do that for every car that gets towed. You actually did not comply.
Yes, I did. I got told one time to get out of my car.
Okay, you were told multiple times.
And I said, can I pull my car up to get out of? So is my mom on the phone? Could you call my mom? I will give you my code.
Oh, we can't call her right now, but you can call her when you get down to the county.
She was on the phone when you pulled me out of the car, right?
Correct.
But you can't call her.
No.
Could you please call her?
You can call her when you get down to the county.
No.
They'll let you get numbers
I
out.
will give you consent to call her. I don't care.
She had a decent amount of cash in her
I didn't have a
in her bag, so I just put everything back in there.
Okay.
It's all in her bag.
Yes. I work at a bar. I'm a bartender. I have a decent a lot.
Yeah, all your money's in your bag, okay?
No, I'm just saying I have a decent amount of a lot of money in my bag. I'm a bartender.
All ones.
Yes. You want to use them?
Why have I not heard them mention the fact that she's drunk at all yet? Not once. It's driving me crazy.
I've seen it before. You want to use them? It's a crime to stop at a white line.
Yes, you're supposed to stop.
It's a crime to stop at a white line and turn right.
No, ma'am.
It is a crime to stop at a white line.
I already explained it to you.
No, I understand that, but you're new. I'm not new.
Yeah, okay, so.
Okay, but it's a crime to stop at a white line and turn right. Yes?
Yes. Not the turn right part,
Oh, it is.
but just the part where you. I'm trying to explain to you, not the part where you turn right, but when you stopped at that red light, you stopped on the crosswalk.
And that's a crime.
Yes.
You stop at a white line. It's white.
Yeah, you're
And
supposed.
turn right.
Yes, you're supposed to stop before that.
No, wait. Do what you do.
Okay.
How do you get your car to turn off?
You don't. I do not have an ignition.
Right, that's what I was asking.
We could just take the battery out.
So,
I mean,
what
disconnect
do
the
My car
cable.
was stolen a year ago. You put the key in the hole.
Right.
Turn it off.
So if you put the key in, it will turn off?
In the hole. Yes.
It just like turns off and then you can take the key out, or you have to leave the key in?
Do it.
I'm just asking.
I mean, I will backwards do it.
Do you have to leave the key in, or you can take it out?
Don't.
Okay, so
I
you.
will backwards do it.
Okay. Like I said, you waited until you were at the red light to signal.
And it's a crime to stop at a red light at a white line and turn on your signal.
I tried to explain to her, but she wouldn't listen.
That's a criminal.
Yes, you have to do it like 50 feet before you get to it. Okay.
The woman was charged with driving on a suspended license, driving with expired tags, and resisting arrest. Thanks for watching today's video. If you haven't already,
Oh my gosh. They didn't even do the horizontal gaze nystagmus test. They did nothing. Oh wow. I don't like that. Well, they might. They might. It's not something that's used often, but if they have another reasonable suspicion, they'll use that to get access to be able to kill a mosquito. Ah! Oh, got it. Oh. At a price. Oh. Yeah, no, I don't even know where that was. I wasn't paying attention in the beginning. Oh, that hurt, but I killed the mosquito. Yeah, I'm okay. Oh. Yeah, I'm okay. I'll be okay. I got a really bad jolt when I did that. It just takes a minute to calm down. I don't think so. She just showed too many clues to me, like her speech and her like her cheeks were red, and I don't know. I don't want to say that I'm some type of expert on spotting drunks. I was a bartender for quite a while. And I've had a lot of alcoholics in my family. So yeah, you just get to know clues. And I'm sure those officers knew the clues, and I'm kind of really upset. Maybe I don't know. Maybe the officer that does the tests, maybe they knew he was already out on another stop. I don't know. Yeah, that's gonna bug me. Oh man. Actually, kinda, yeah. I have a cousin who's a DJ. Yeah, and he does karaoke parties and stuff. Oh man. I've been to a couple, and he always sings the Love Shack and like tries to get me up there. No. I did it one time. But then she'd have been charged with it. Because there's no way that she was under 0.08. I don't know. Maybe he is a new officer. I don't know. Maybe he was giving her a break because she was already being taken in because of a suspended license and her vehicle was being towed. But still. How did you know? Thank you, love. I got a call today. Someone who couldn't even pronounce my parents' last name, Ringelstetter. And they couldn't even pronounce it right. They're like, is this Miss Ringslatzler? And I'm like, okay, who is this? And they said, well, we're such and such roofing company, and we're in your area, and we've inspected your roof, and we've identified. And I'm like, dude, stop. I'm like, it's my parents' house. They're not even alive anymore. So I don't know what to tell you. It's German. Ringelstetter. It's German. If I was Irish, I'd have redder hair. I've definitely got a touch of Irish in me. I sure do. All right, guys. Well, we had our hybrid. We had the docket and full FTC and we had a couple of body cams, and now I'm gonna go to sleep. Oh, thank you. I love you. Yeah, he couldn't even pronounce it. It was terrible. Always. Mortimer Duke is always a smart aleck. I know he's teasing me. And I know he does it out of love. It's okay. I get him back. Oh my gosh. Thunder or fireworks? It doesn't matter. Ava's not having it for either. I love you guys. Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.